single candle order block mitigation entry. So let's look at some illustrations first so that I will explain everything to you guys before we dive deeper into the lesson. All right, so let me quickly explain what single candle order block is, or what point of interest is. Please, if there is a break in my presentation, let me know, because these few days network is not stable here. All right, so now when we talk about single candle order block, okay, we are looking at something like this. Let's say we have this candle like this, then we have the next candle this way, okay. Please, is my screen still showing?
Yes, please.
Okay, I want to be very sure. So then we have a next candle like this, something like this. Here you can see that this new candle has swept the high of this previous candle. Okay, forget about the color of the candle that I'm using. Just concentrate on the concept I'm explaining here. Okay, so this candle here has grabbed the liquidity of this second candle by sweeping the high of the candle. Okay, now what happens when this happens? Then we call this candle that swept the high and closed the body below that high of this previous candle as the single candle order block. So you can mark this guy like this as the single candle. So all you need to do, but remember, you have to follow all the other rules that we looked at. Okay, that is imbalance. So let's say the next candle that opens this way, and then we have a third candle like this, and we have the gap between the low of this single candle and then the high of this third candle. Then our single candle order block is unmitigated, so it means we can use it. But if, let's say for instance, this guy mitigates the, let's say the wick comes and mitigates the low here, it means this guy has been mitigated, so we can't use it. What we do is we use the next candle, just as we learned when we were looking at the order block. So this becomes our valid order block. That is if there is imbalance below. Remember that. All right. So this is how we identify a single candle order block. And this concept is what we are going to use when working with entries. So let's look at the illustration. Let me explain it, and then we can then continue from there. All right. Please, sorry for the slow movement of the chart. Is the Google Meet that is causing that. It's slowing the browser because of there's so many extensions that are running. All right. So here, let's say we have this a bearish market. Whatever I'm explaining is true for a bullish market as well. Okay, so this is our bearish market. We have market going down. Then over here, market took out this inducement. So this validates this low. Remember, in a downtrend, we only validate a low when we take out inducement. Okay, so once this inducement is taken out, then our low here is validated. Now, you only validate this break of structure when the high that was created takes this low and close candle body below it. So here candle body closes below this. That is why we have a break of structure confirm, and then that is when we confirm this high also as our valid lower high. Good. Now this here is just liquidity, okay, nothing else, not inducement, just liquidity taken out over there. This zone at the top here is our extreme, is called, referred to as our extreme point of interest, and it is the high probability zone. The one before it or any other one in between are all low probability zones. But then the zone just after the inducement is referred to as the decisional POI or order block. Okay, so now one thing you need to understand is that anytime we take the low, the previous low, we are looking for the new low to be formed. The only way we will confirm that new low is if we take out the inducement. Okay, so here we waited until we got to this inducement and we took it out, then we confirm this low. Okay, now after this, a lot of things happen. The first thing you do after inducement is taken out is you should identify your zones. So the first zone you should identify is the one close to the IDM, which we call the decisional POI, and it is low probability. That's why I put there 50-50. It is a 50-50 chance of it working. So this is why if we want to trade a decisional zone, we need an extra confirmation of a single candle order block forming at that zone. Okay, so if a single candle order block forms there, it increases the probability of the zone. Okay, so here everything I'll be doing, if I say higher time frame, it means I'm referring to 15 minutes. That is me for this demonstration. If I say entry time frame, I'm referring to 1 minute. But if we talk about higher time frame, it means any time frame that is bigger than this current time frame is the higher time frame of that time frame. So if we take 1 hour, 15 minutes becomes a lower time frame, 30 minutes become a lower time frame, 5 minutes becomes a lower time frame, 1 minute becomes a lower time frame. So those of you message me that were saying, I said we mark a zone on higher time frame, we come down to lower time frame to take entry. Higher time frame simply means that a bigger time frame, okay, like 1 hour is bigger than 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and co. If I take 20 minutes, it means it is the higher time frame for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. You get it? Because it is higher than those guys. If you take daily time frame, anything below 24 hours is a lower time frame to 24 hours. I hope this is clear. If this explanation is clear, type 1 in the chat. If this explanation is clear, type 1 in the chat so that I know that what I've just explained is very clear to everybody. Good. That is great. So now let's look at something. There are times when market will just sweep your inducement and will not candle close above it on your higher time frame. Okay, so let's say market on 15 minutes just came and then it swept this guy and pushed down. Okay, when that happen, that is what we refer to as our single candle order block forming at that point. In this case, you don't need to wait for market to come to this decisional OB. You can make your trade from this single candle order block. When market reverses there, all you need is switch to your 1 minute and look for a valid inducement, and then you take your trade. Please pay attention o. If market sweeps just the top like this, that's why I'll drop these images on the page. That's why I did this and annotated them. If you see, they said if the price happens to just sweep the IDM and close candle body below the inducement, then sell from that point without waiting for the price to get to the decisional POI. This is low probability trade also. To take the sell, you have to wait for IDM on 1 minute if you are using 15 minutes as your higher time frame. So take note of this. Okay. Now let me explain another thing. Let me scroll up to the second diagram. Okay, so this is what I wanted to explain. Let's say your inducement, okay, but this time you see the candle body closed above the inducement. Okay, it was the candle body that took out the inducement. In this scenario, what you do is you wait for price to come to your decisional POI before you make entry decision, and that entry decision should be based on your single candle order block. Now you see that I told you that anytime single candle order block is forming, mostly it sweeps the high of the previous candle as well. Okay, takes the liquidity of it. So you can see this. So when this happen, you can refine the order block to only the wick of the candle, or you can take the whole candle body as your zone. Okay, you can use the wick or you can use the whole candle. Okay, depending on how big the candlestick is. So that is one thing you need to take notice of. So when this happen, all you need to do is you go to 1 minute, wait for your inducement. Then when market comes to this zone, you take your entry and then you move. All right, that is what I wanted to explain on this chart. That's why I said after inducement, sell here when the market gives a reversal condition to do so. We will use the single candle order block entry. Okay. So now sometimes on 1 minute you see single candle order block forming within this single candle order block. That is another opportunity for entry. So our main entry, first entry will be this area where market reverse. If it creates another single candle order block, that is opportunity for you to take another position. And if let's say you miss this first entry, that is another opportunity for you to enter the market. And as market moves in the direction of the trend, you continue taking multiple positions based on the single candle order block that will be forming along the way. I will show you that on the chart. Now let's say you'll be like, okay, what about I see single candle order block along this move, you don't trade it. Why? Because that is a counter trend, and moreover, we've not have any good setup for you to take such trade. So taking such trade is you risking your capital, because every single order block you see, you'll be taking buy, sell, buy, sell. No, you go with the pro trend so that you can ride with the trend, and that brings you more success than just taking every single order block that you see anywhere on the chart. That is very bad. All right, so now let's go back to the first chart. Let me explain some few things there, and then we go. Now if it happens that price hit your SL over here, then that is when you wait for this decisional OB. Okay, and then also you have to confirm that it is what, it is forming a single candle order block before you take your entry. All right, now if I think I explained this when I was doing the other demonstration. If, as you can see, this single candle order block has been what, mitigated, and because of that we use the next candle as what, as the valid order block. So all we need is what, price taps into this, gives us our change of character inducement on 1 minute, and then we take our trade. Yeah, Gabby, your hand is up.
Yeah, I can't see your full screen, please.
You can see my full screen.
Yeah,
Really?
yes.
Then check your network.
Okay.
Yeah, any other person having that challenge? And moreover, I'll drop a screenshot of this image on the page, the two images, or I'll drop them on the Telegram and WhatsApp page, so you can watch them very closely. All right, now what I was talking about, this extreme OB. Let's say the extreme OB price came and just swept the whole order block. That's why it's not advisable to be taking limit orders anyhow, because sometimes price can just sweep the order block and then close below it. When you see this, then you wait for a valid inducement on the entry time frame before you what, you take the trade. So let's say you take this trade, then price move and then create another single candle order block below it by taking the high of this candle. When that happen, you wait for market to go down, create inducement on the lower time frame, take the inducement, come into your what, into your single candle order block, then you take your what, your entry. Okay, all right. So sometimes price don create inducement, but it still picks, mitigates the order block and then continue. But mostly if you see inducement before that, that is high probability. But if there's no inducement and still price just sweeps the liquidity, then you can still enter the trade, but you should be aware that that is a low probability setup. All right, okay, so I think these are the key things you need to know about single candle order blocks. Okay, any question on this before I move on? Any question on this before I move on? Yeah, Emmanuel.
Um, is there any difference between the single candle and the IFC?
Yeah, they are the same and different. Because single candle order block is also an IFC, and then we can have IFCs that are not formed through single candle order block. Okay. Like for instance here, see that I told you here, when the top one here is mitigated, then we use the next candle like we see here. Oh, sorry, the chart is quite slow. Okay, so as we are seeing here, okay, this guy was mitigated, so we are using this guy as our order block. This is also an IFC or point of interest, but then this guy didn't sweep the high of this guy, but we use it as a valid order block, which is also an IFC. That is why I am saying that we have IFCs that are single candle and we have IFCs that are not single candle order block. Hope that is understood. Prince, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Please, my question is, when in an instance where it taps into the decisional point of interest, you see, we have that zone already. So when it taps in, do we just enter the trade right away, or we wait for the OB to form and then wait for another inducement before we can enter the trade? I don't know
Yeah, on
if you
the
get.
1 minute. But if you
Yes.
want to just take the trade directly on the 15 minutes, then you just wait for this guy to be mitigated, and then you enter a straight entry. But
I'm saying.
for a low risk trade, then you have to go to 1 minute and see something like this and get how do you call it, an IDM, then you enter now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Most of you are saying that you are confused because I said you look for a change of character, you look for IDM, you look for order block before you enter the trade. Those are just the rules. It's not plain text. People said you thought you come and learn. Okay, you see maybe 2 or 3 things, then you enter the market. These are also not plain text thing. I only talk about make sure your structure you identify is valid, make sure you are in a trend. Then when market breaks structure and take out your inducement, then look for your areas of point of interest, both decisional and extreme, and take your entry on lower time frame. That is all. Nothing much. There is somebody getting me. So it's not plenty. It's about just understanding the concept. The lesson is plenty because I'm trying to explain things in the very simple manner for you to understand. So some of you are overthinking the whole thing. That's why you are saying it like that. And some too is because what we are learning, you are not actually seeing it on the chart when you go to the chart. That's why you seem to be confused. No, it's just that you need time. Okay. I know what is happening. Psychology. Okay, you are almost trying to give up, but that shouldn't be the case. It's just psychology that the market is playing on you. So you just have to focus and watch each video closely and you make it. All right, please, any other question? Okay, so this is 15 minutes. So if I'm doing any chart marking on this particular time frame right now, then it means this time frame is my higher time frame. So if anything happen and I want to take an entry, it means I'll go to 1 minute, which becomes my lower time frame or entry time frame. Okay, so here we can see that market was moving in an uptrend, then it changes to what? A downtrend. Okay, so this is our last high, and let's see where our inducement was. Okay, so this is a valid pullback here. So this is our inducement over here. So that confirms the high, this particular high, because we were in an uptrend during this period. So this confirms our high over here. Okay, I don't know with how my chart is behaving. I think I'll have to record this side for you guys. Please forgive me, because if I don't do that, we cannot finish this thing. So I'll end the meeting and then I'll rather restart this machine and record the practical side, the live chat side, demonstrating the single candle order block entry models for you guys. Okay, so I'll upload this lesson for you guys to watch it again. If you understand this thing, even as a scalper, hey, it is so powerful. Let me tell you, it works on boom and crash. This is what I used to trade, boom and crash entries. I used to make entries on boom and crash and volatility pairs 75. I use this to milk it a lot. It works on currencies, it works on stocks, and it works on cryptos as well. I use it to trade features in cryptos. So this is a very powerful entry model. Make use of it. I will see you in the next upload. But before then, I think Maxwell raised his hand. Any
Yeah,
question?
I was saying that if you wouldn't mind, we can still see your screen and all that
Yeah,
you're
you can
doing.
see my screen, but I'm having challenges with moving the chart. It's very slow.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
think that with that, we can still see. So if you can please send something before you do the demonstration and all that off screen. I don't know if you can get me right.
I get you perfectly right. But then, you see, it takes me a long time to get the chart to where I want it to be before I
Okay,
explain
okay,
something.
okay.
Uh-huh. It's
I
moving
get you.
very slow
Okay.
when I drag it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please, any other question? Um, Ellie, are you on the call? Ellie. Well, Ellie is the one that designs the beautiful thumbnails you see on the videos. He's doing well. Shout out to him. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for that great work. All right, I think he's not on the call right now. So, please, when will you drop the video you are going to do? If I'm not able to drop it this evening, then that will be tomorrow, please.
Okay. I wanted to ask
This
something.
particular one, I will upload it this evening. Yeah, somebody was saying something.
I was asking, is inducement the same as a pullback?
Yeah, the first valid pullback after we take a high or a low. Okay, that so you see here, this is a normal high, not a break of structure high. Oh. This is a normal high that has been taken out. Okay, but before then we see this candle, red candle taking the low of this green candle. Because we are in an uptrend, when that happens, that is a valid pullback. That validates the pullback. Okay, and when market next time gets here, some people will be looking to what, to buy from here. So those people that will be looking to buy from here are the ones that will be induced. Okay, inducement is like me selling a false hope to you. I'm selling a false hope to you that when you get here, it will be well with you. But in the actual sense, I know that it will only be well with you for a short period of time, and then you feel pain. So that is what is happening to those here. You see, because of that, market reacted in a buy momentum for few minutes, and then market dropped down. So it hit all of them. They are stop losses here. So that is why we say they are induced. So all those people were induced. That's why we call it inducement. Liquidity grab. Okay. Then when that was done, you see, this is an example of a single candle order block. Took this liquidity and then closes candle body below it. See what happens when market retraces back there. Market went down. See, market goes down aggressively. And even it was even induced. So this is where I was saying we use the next candle, or you use the wick if the wick of it is not induced, but the wick is also induced. So if you get this single candle order block and you move to 1 minute, it means you would have gotten this entry here. You'd have gotten this as entry on 1 minute, and you'd have ride with it. But by then, remember, as of now, we have not changed character yet based on structure. Okay, so this is the kind of single candle order block I was telling you that you don't just trade them. It is after we change character structurally, then maybe you can be looking at that. Or we tap onto a higher time frame order block, then that one, for instance, here, this area here, if let's say this was a valid order block, is an order block but it's not valid, because look at this, it was once valid but as we speak now is no more valid. But before it was mitigated, there was imbalance between this and this. Okay, so in that sense, it was valid at that time. This is 15 minutes. Once price mitigate it, all you need to do, you shift to 1 minute, look for a change of character, because this is your higher time frame zone. Look for a change of character, and then you look for inducement, and when price takes out the inducement, you enter your trade. That is your sell. But to be a short-term sell, because as of that time we are in a bullish trend. Please, I hope that is clear.
That's right.
All right.
That's
Is there any other
okay.
question? So we are going to be looking at the question you guys have asked so far on single candle order block trading and identification. So I'll tackle some doubts that you guys are having, or challenges that you guys are having on this particular topic. So stay tuned. If you are watching us on YouTube, do well to join our main community page, where you get access to all our learning materials, and also you have the access to contact me at any time. Please, those on the Zoom, kindly mute yourselves for me, please. All right. So first of all, I want to let you guys know that everything we teach in Accurate Pips is free of charge. I don't charge anybody anything. So if somebody contacts you saying pay an amount, is so and so representing Accurate Pips, is a scam, it's a lie. Always my handles, my official handles are in the description of every YouTube lesson that we upload. Contact me directly and don't allow anybody from anywhere to tell you that he is me and that he is here to help you pay this amount or that. We have all our payment methods in the description of this video. If you want to give willingly to us to support with data, purchase, and all the things we use to assist you guys to learn, feel free, just contact me and do that. Aside that, we don't call anybody to charge them. Thank you. Let's start the class. Excuse me. All right, so Sohel, you can ask your question now on the single candle order block, and we proceed from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, bro,
Please, it should be accordingly. I think I called Sohel, so let me start from here. I'll come to the others.
Actually, I was asking, while considering this, single candle order block as a sweep, just like in this case, this red candle actually has been swept by this green candle, and we are considering this green candle as a single candle order block, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at this red candle is an inside bar. So my question was, if we mark our structure, so we ignore these inside bars. But while in case of marking this single candle order block, we are considering this inside bar. So it's bit of confusing to me.
All right, so I'm making a drawing because I want to show you something. Okay. Now, Sohel, if you have something like this, okay, what I've just drawn here, if you have something like this, though this guy has swept the high of this guy, you will never consider this guy as single candle order block. Why? It needs to sweep the high of what? Of the one containing this guy, this internal candle. Okay, let me do this one. This internal candle. Now, this also becomes an internal candle. So for us to consider a candle to be a single candle, all right, we need it to what? Not just sweep the high of the internal candle, it must sweep the high of the candle containing the internal candle. So something like this. So we should sweep this guy also, but we should close a body below what is the name? Below this internal candle. Okay, the body should close, or the body should be lower than the body of the internal candle. So I don't know if you are getting me. The body of the one sweeping the entire range should be below the last internal candle's body. And that was what happened here. Sorry, I said body, the high. Sorry. The body should be below the high. So this is the high of the last internal candle. Sorry, please, correction. Okay, it should be below the high and not above it, like something like this. No, it should be what? Below the high. When that happens, then we can qualify this entire guy as a single candle order block. So it's either you can make your entry directly from there, or you mark that entire single candle as an order block. Then you wait for price to what? To go down. If it gives you an IDM, it's a plus. If it doesn't give you, you still what? Take your entry when price taps in. If it is a higher time frame IDM, then you can wait for what? A change of character on the lower time frame and see if it will also give you what? A single candle order block before you make your entry, or if it will give you a normal order block, then you have to what? Look for what? IDM before you what? You make your entry, chalk and IDM. So that will become a chalk with IDM. But if it is a sweep zone or a single candle order block type of zone, again, on the lower time frame, we are making the entry from, then you don't need the IDM. And that is what we are seeing over here. Okay. That is what is happening in this case, in this scenario here, that you are seeing here, over here. So I chose this guy because he did what? He took the high of the range candle, to which this was what? An internal candle, but the body is below the high of this red candle. The body of this green candle is below the high of this red candle. So how is it clear now?
Okay, Prof, it's clear. One thing, can you open a chart of APPL Apollo tubes?
What?
So here I just APL.
You wait. Some people want to ask a question, so let me attend to those questions first before we go to the chart you are talking about.
Okay, okay.
I think Joseph Kwekukin, I saw that you unmuted yourself earlier, so you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
No, Prof. You can continue.
Okay. Yeah. So who else? I think John. John.
Hello, Prof.
Okay. Yeah. Achu. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening.
Evening.
Let me ask a question concerning the single candle. There's an entry.
Sure.
When I watched the previous video, you taught us when to apply the inducement,
Yeah.
and when not to apply it.
Yeah.
But you gave candlesticks. You said in case it swept the top of the previous this candlestick.
Yeah.
It depends on the information of what the candlestick that will determine whether you're supposed to wait for inducement before you enter, or you're supposed to enter it directly. So
Yeah.
if I get you right, that means if the candlestick that swept the high of the previous candlestick,
Yeah.
and then closes, and then it gives you a kind of a doji.
Yeah.
That one you don't need what do you call it? An inducement before you enter.
Yeah.
But the candle that swept in case the candle swept the high of the previous candle,
Yeah.
then the candle that it formed is big. The body is have a big body. Then in this case, you have to wait for this. What do you call it? An inducement.
Yeah.
Before you do the descent.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just a confirmation that I want to
Yes.
use. So thank you very much.
Some things I'm not repeating them here because I know I've taught it already.
Sure,
The things,
sure.
I know I've not talked about are the things I'm trying to explain further. So for those of you who are still struggling, you can go back to the first video in the course, watch it, and come back to this one. It's in the playlist through SMC. Yeah, John.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening.
Evening.
Yeah, you see the GU downward movement. You know, I was looking at it on the 30 minutes time frame.
Okay.
And if you switch the 30-minute time frame, you could see that it gave a first single candle order block. So I highlighted the wick of that single candle.
30 minutes.
Yeah. I see the
This
first.
one.
Yeah, the first green.
Okay, this one.
Yeah,
This
that
one. Okay.
Yes. So when market moved down, I highlighted the wick.
Yeah.
So when market came back to mitigate that week. That was when I entered, but
Okay.
market took me out.
Good. Remember, this is 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Is 30 minutes your entry time frame or is it your higher time frame?
it's my higher time frame.
So what time frame did you use in entering?
I used 3 minutes. But I didn't use the 3 minutes in that moment because I just like took a risk entry.
Good. Now, on the 3 minutes, did it give you the same thing?
No.
Good. So you failed to follow the rule on your entry time frame. If you had followed the rule on your entry time frame, you would have avoided that loss because nothing would have been formed on your entry time frame.
Okay.
Are you getting the point?
Yes, please.
So always we have higher time frame analysis and we do what? We have lower time frame entry. You must make sure both move hand in hand. You don't follow the rule on the higher time frame and then you do something else on the lower time frame.
Okay, so I should have waited for something like a chalk on the 3 minutes.
A chalk with either inducement or without inducement, depending on the type of single candle that is forming. Okay. Or
So
if you get another single candle on that time frame, then that is when you can even be thinking of taking a risk entry.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because also if I'm seeing here, 3 minutes, I'm not sure within this area, 3 minutes will not give you even a change of character. But what I'm seeing from just this 30 minutes.
No, there wasn't a change of character.
Yes. Because whatsoever the momentum I'm seeing here, 3 minutes will not even give you that change of character.
Yeah.
So
the main reason why I took the risk was that you see the week of the 30-minute candle, it swept a major high.
Yes, it swept. Okay. Unless that's why I asked you, is 30 minutes your entry time frame or your higher time frame? If maybe maybe let's say you were using H4 and this happened on H4 and you move to maybe let's say 30 minutes to make your entry, that is a different story.
Okay.
Then we know that that one is a genuine loss.
Yes.
I get it. But this one, 30 minutes was your analysis time frame. So you were supposed to wait for 3 minutes or 2 minutes or 1 minute, whichever one you are using, to do what? To make your proper entry.
Yeah, I was really monitoring this market, like the market, because I knew very well that market could reverse from this point. But when I encountered that loss, I did not pay attention. But later when I can realize that market gave a very nice entry, but the loss already make me discouraged.
Yes, that was what I said in the previous session. That you people sometimes when you do this and you get that loss like that, you become emotionally affected and you are not able to look for second entry opportunities. Like I did here, I missed here, but I made my second entry, re-entry from what? From here. You get the point? So that is where you have to master and control your heart, your emotion. You get the point?
And even after that, I was waiting for the inducement to get swept, but the market never swept the inducement. It continued pushing down, so I didn't get any entry again.
Yes.
That inducement on
this one. Yes. I was also waiting, but once I see a different thing forming around this area, I quickly I quickly make my decision quickly. You get the point?
Yeah.
Because don't forget, you see this guy here.
Yeah.
On your 3 minutes, you should have paid attention. Let me zoom. Yeah. You see, should have paid attention. This guy swept this entire liquidity like this, equal highs here before going down. So that is a valid zone you mark down. And it gave you even a single candle here when it did that. because it closed. You understand? So either you take a straight entry, or you do what? You mark that zone down and wait for price to what? To reverse in. See, I'll be honest with you, single candle is very powerful.
It's really powerful, yeah. I've backtested it so many times.
Very, very
Really
powerful. That's why I was telling Sohel that if he says he loses trades using it, then he needs to practice with it more and backtest it more, because to me it worked for me than any other entry method.
Yeah.
Even if I lose very small, but when I'm gaining from any of the other entries based on the same concept, it gives me massive profits. The thing with most of traders is that they are not patient with their trade. They are not patient for price to come back to their desired zones for them to what? They are in a haste. They feel they will miss out.
Yeah.
You get it? If
Yes,
once
please.
the trade is gone, it's gone. There is not, because be like this. I told you, and always you see that anytime I open chart, it is GU that is there. Anytime I have to look at other assets. Doesn't mean I don't trade other assets, but I hardly look at them. I'm always with GU. I'm always with GU. I'm always with GU. So I'm becoming used to its movements, its space. And even the person I learned this thing from, it is always GU. He does GU examples more than other hot assets. So it makes me become used to it.
Okay.
I'm not saying all of you come and trade GU. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is, it's better to go with one pair or maximum 2 pairs.
Yeah.
And become so conversant with it that when you catch just even one trade, somebody's one whole week profit is your profit on that trade. Are you guys getting me? So it's very important that you look at these things. All right.
Okay,
so let's go on. Somebody was saying something that they don't get more entries. So let's say this one is our entry time frame. Okay, John, ask your question before I go on. John.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
You've almost answered it. In my entry time frame, when I sweep like that, like this one now, the one you just showed, like when I see a sweep, go candle order block, I don't need inducement and chalk anymore. I just have to take my trade, or I still need to mark the zone and wait for market to mitigate it, sir.
Yeah, so let me explain this thing well. If you are a risk taker, just go in once you see. But then I explained something in the original lesson that I want you guys to go and watch. I told you when you should go in direct and when you should wait for chalk with inducement. And I think somebody just asked the question for further confirmation right now on this one. So go back, watch that lesson and listen to the things I said. Write them down. Let me tell you, we know we all, our brain is good, or our IQs are high, but it's always nice to write things down. Me myself, if you come to me, my notebooks are plenty. Ellie, I think you have come to my office several times. You saw me writing in my notebook. I even show you. I draw these candlesticks and things, patterns in my notebook.
A full notebook.
So I won't lie to you. It's better to write these things down. When you are forgetting, you quickly go and take your notebook and refer than going to watch the entire video again. Right then, you have the important key things jotted down. So the inner circle, you guys are here. That is why I'm having this time for you people. Even though I'm tired, I came back from work. I didn't even dress down before the meeting started. I'm tired. But I have time for you guys. If you don't make it again, I don't know what you guys want. Because me, I can't break your head. If I break even your head and put the whole thing inside, it will still be the same.
Yeah.
If you go to YouTube now, you realize that the way I explain the concept, all this concept is different from others, the way they do their videos. Even most of the so-called big guys, okay, I won't mention names, that you guys celebrate, that they are named, they are the popular people all over that you see. They don't teach you these deep things.
True, sir. True.
Some of them cry pay. Like 3 days ago, I saw one that one of these ladies posted that beginners to advance, you pay $200. And to shock you, you go there, you are going to learn chart pattern, trend lines, and co. I'm not saying they don't work, they work. I told you before. Even you can see, I draw some here. But I drew it and use it to still trade my HOT, SMC. Why? Because I taught you that these are HOT, liquidity levels, or these chart patterns are liquidity that has been built in the market. Yours is to know when to make the entry. So when maybe they are entering exactly when it touch here, yours is to be looking, is there a zone above where maybe it can break and go there? Is there a zone below where it can break and go there before going up? Otherwise, let's say somebody will be here and be say, oh, it has touched the lower session here, so let me sell. And you can see market will just be going bam, 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 like that. So it's something you guys need to what? To have your mind on, to understand these things. How about making sense here?
Yes, sir.
And people are paying
absolutely.
I say it's $200 for that. Maybe I'll look for the flyer. I'll use these things to cover other information so that I'll just leave the price for you to see, because I don't want somebody to say I'm spoiling market for them. So I'll cover almost everything. I'll leave just the price for you to see. And I show you how much I paid for these courses. The trading hub is the least I paid. I think on the community channel, you saw it. The most recent one I did, you saw the amount I paid. Go remember the amount I paid. How much in dollars?
There were 2,000 and 5,000.
Okay. They speak for themselves. So if I'm giving you for free, Omo, you are blessed. Oh. Okay.
True, sir.
Any other question? And let me tell you this, as I said, these things work on boom, crash, and co. I don't know. Let me see if I can give some examples there.
Yes, please. Yes.
Coming.
Boom 500.
Come again.
Boom 500.
Boom.
$500.
I'm not coming to do analysis, so I'm just coming to show you something. This is why I'm mentioning boom 500. Giddy like this. So,
Okay, bro.
Even you can see from here. Look at this.
Okay,
Look at this. See how it has swept this guy and it has closed. That is a single candle. And already look at, we are up in an uptrend, right? This is an uptrend.
Yes.
And you see something like this. See, swept. And even it has swept this low as well. So that is even a plus. For yours is to look to the left. Do you have any unmitigated zone? Everything here has been mitigated, you see. So the major thing here is liquidity has been swept. This guy has also been swept. You now take a risk entry for HOT for your end as your HOT, as your entry. This is what for 25. So just imagine you took a buy from here. Immediately, this guy closed here. This red candle closed. You give it a room. You put it below this guy because this guy is serving as liquidity. You get it. So you put it below it. Now you go at least your one is to what? 3, and this one is even already what? More than 1:3. But then your main target will be what? Will be here. See nicely, and this is daily time frame. So I beg, don't take volatility there. Be careful, don't take trades on daily time frame. I beg you. But I'm just showing you example that this thing, it works. Look at, let's come here. You see the green candle. We have about 10 minutes, so I'm showing more examples, okay, of single candles. See, let's see. I want to be sure it has closed below, above that guy. Yes, so you see this is the body of the red, and the green has closed below it. The body is below this guy, and it is also below what? Its low, not just its body info is below. And the most important thing we look at is the low here. The body should close below the what? The low, okay? So if the body closed below the body, if the body is below the body of this previous one, that is a plus for us, because that is our main key thing. The main key thing that we are looking at. Now, this is a daily time frame though, but if we are basing per our knowledge, it means our entry is going to be what? It's going to be here, and our SL here. That's what I'm saying is daily time frame. I beg, don't go and take volatility pairs on daily time frame. Oh, I'm just showing you examples, and our main target is here. But then you look for what? 1:3, where you take your distance first, okay? And you can see it also what? Hit our what? TP. Yes. Yeah.
The cuts.
The
two candles that, please, the two candles that you showed.
Yeah. You are not seeing the screen.
That's it.
I seen the
I can
screen.
see it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm seeing. Yes, but the second one did not close below the first.
It didn't close below
the first.
This one?
Yes.
Yes. So I said two things here. I said the most important one is that it should close below it. But
okay,
there are exceptions. Sometimes it can close just below this low, the low itself here. And then this guy, watch, we have taken a low here, which is a low swept. The liquidity over here swept. Okay. So I told you that when it even closed the body below the body of this guy, that one is the plus, which means that is the key thing we are looking at. But sometimes you can take this, but this is a low probability. Remember, we have low probability zones and what? High probability. But if we want to talk about high probability, that is this second one.
All right, sir.
Are you okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I told you I can give you guys signals. So not that I can't give you signal. The thing is, by the time I enter pass you, and I'm coming to tell you that sell or buy, trade is gone. And because you guys will be like, you trust my signal, you just go in boom, 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 boom. If there is reversal now, huge loss. They say Prof signal has blown my account. That's why I said, let me teach you what I do. Then you do it by yourself. You get a point?
Yes.
You get a point?
Yes.
Now let's come back here. This is another low probability entry. Why? Because though this guy closed below here, the body here didn't close below this red. You understand? So you can still take that sell, but low probability setup. Single candle order block setup. We put our stop loss there, and then, hey, where are you moving to now? My Nigeria friends, don't worry, you understand your language, papa. So if I'm speaking it, don't be surprised. I have plenty Nigeria friends here. And then we target this guy here, this liquidity here. Okay, this one. And as you can see, price is not magical. This thing is not magic. It's the knowledge. You can see price came to that liquidity. It's not magic. And let's see this guy. Okay, good. I think this guy is even like high probability. Let me be sure. Let me be sure. Yeah, so the red candle body is below the body. So this high probability for us. So for instance, if you are taking, okay, the sell from here with our SL just above there, we look for our odd. 1:3, but always protect your profit. So our main target is this liquidity point here. Okay, so that's where I'll be targeting. If I was to enter this trade if I was to get this guy at the right time and entered, and this is what 1:7 risk to reward. Omo, are we on the same page? Are you guys getting the whole thing? Prof, please, the documents you gave us, we have advanced SMC part 1. That one is recently. That one, I placed it there recently. I gave you Trading Hub long time ago. Okay, someone can forward it onto the inner circle page for them. The old students, those that have been here since the beginning. You can forward it for those people who joined late. Maybe they didn't see. All right, so I think if there is no other question, we'll call it a day.